Talks 313. Mr. Greenless Bhagwan said yesterday that while one is engaged in search for God within, outer work would go on automatically. In the life of Sri Chaitanya, it is explained that while he sought Krishna, the self, during his lectures to students, he forgot where his body was and went on talking of Krishna. This rouses doubt whether work can safely be left to itself. Should one keep a part tension on the physical work? Maharishi. The self is all. Now I ask you, are you apart from the self? Can the work go on apart from the self? Or is the body apart from the self? None of them could be apart from the self. The self is universal, so all the actions will go on whether you engage in them voluntarily or not. The work will go on automatically. Attending to the self includes attending to the work. Devotee. The work may suffer if I don't attend to it, Maharishi. Because you identify yourself with the body, you consider that the work is done by you, but the body and its activities include the work, are not apart from the self. What does it matter whether you attend to the work or not? Suppose you walk from one place to another place. You don't attend every single step that you take. After a time, however, you find yourself at your destination. You notice how the work, that is walking, goes on without your attention to it. Similarly, it is with other kinds of work. Devotee. Then it is like sleeping then it is like sleepwalking. Maharishi. Quite so. When a child is fast asleep, his mother feeds him in sleep. The child eats the food quite as well as when well awake. But the next morning he says to the mother, Mother, I didn't take food last night. The mother and others know that he did, but he says that he didn't. He was not aware, and yet the action had gone on. Somnambulism is indeed a good analogy for this kind of work. Take another example. A passenger in a cart has fallen asleep. The bulls move or stand still or are unyoked on the journey. He doesn't know these occurrences, but finds himself in a different place after he wakes up. He has been blissfully ignorant of the occurrences on the way, but his journey has been finished. Similarly, with the self of the person, he is asleep in the body. His waking state is the movement of the bulls. His samadhi is there standing still, because samadhi, jagrat, shushupti. That is to say, he is aware of but not attached to actions. So the bulls are in harness but do not move. His sleep is the unyoking of the bulls, for there is complete suspension of activities corresponding to the release of the bulls from the yoke. Still another example, scenes are projected on the screen in a cinema show, but the moving pictures don't affect or alter the screen. The seer pays attention to the pictures and ignores the screen. They cannot remain apart from the screen. Still, its existence is ignored. So also the self is the screen on which the pictures, namely activities, are going on. The man is aware of the latter, ignoring the former. All the same, he is not apart from the self. Whether aware or unaware, the actions will continue. Devotee. There is an operator in the cinema. Maharishi. The cinema show is made out of insentient materials. The screen, the pictures, lamp, etc. are insentient and require an operator, a sentient agent. In the case of the self, it is consciousness itself and therefore self-contained. There cannot be an operator apart.